Alright, you guys, as you can tell from the title and thumbnail of this video, you're probably going to be like, what the fuck's going on? Yeah, today we're talking about Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Now, I went from The Crow to Halloween 5. Why, you ask? Well, because I've already reviewed Halloween 1 through 4 in the beginning of the month. I think at the end of September, technically. And I said I was going to get to the other ones at the end of October. So yeah, we're gonna talk about like the final reviews for Halloween Horror Month is Halloween 5 through Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Let's talk about Halloween 5: The Revenge of Michael Myers. The plot of this movie is it picks up 1 year after Halloween 4 ended. Michael Myers is back, and we see the characters, the surviving characters, in a very different place than when we saw them last time, and sometimes in a very different place where you thought that they were gonna go. For example, let's talk about Jamie. Once again played by Danielle Harris, by the way. She's now in a clinic and she's mute and she's like having these like psychic vision things where she can sense that Michael's around and that he's killing people and shit. We have Dr. Loomis, who is kind of, is he staying at the clinic? Cause like he's at the clinic like it seems like all day every day, kind of watching over Jamie and stuff like that. Ellie Cornell is playing Rachel again, and I'll talk about that. But you know, she's kind of, it's kind of hard to talk about her character without giving something away. But yeah, let's just say that she's back in the movie. She is. And then we have Sheriff Meeker, who was the sheriff that was teaming up with Loomis in Halloween 4, and his daughter got killed in Halloween 4. Spoiler alert! But you've had like a month to see it if you haven't seen it already. You've had way longer than that actually, but a month since about a month since I reviewed it. So, yeah, that's where we see all our characters, and what I think of Halloween 5 is, it's okay. It's not one of the worst ones in the series by far. And this one gets a lot of hate, but I'm going to defend most of this movie. But there's some stuff in this movie I cannot defend. And I just talked about the returning characters. We're going to talk about some of the new characters. First, let's start off with the positives of the movie. Positives, I like that it only took place a year after the first one ended. I liked that, all the survivors came back. Even it was just for a minute. It was great to see Rachel back in there. Of course, Donald Pleasence's Dr. Loomis is always a great thing to see. I'll talk about that in a minute here. Actually, no, let's talk about it now. Donald Pleasence, I know we're in the positives right now, but I have to talk about this because I'm going to forget about it. Donald Pleasence in this movie, I don't know what the fuck happened. This is like a whole different Loomis. You can argue it's just a whole different side of him, and you can argue that, okay, he's really, really trying to get this fucker, but he's fucked up in this movie. He's going in around the clinic, shaking children, and be like, "You know where he is." And it's like, dude, calm the fuck down. She's a fucking 9-year-old girl. Calm down. She's been through a lot. Just give her space. I understand you want to track this fucker down, but she's really not gonna help you all that much. So quit shaking kids. Quit screaming in their faces, cause that shit was fucked up. Yeah, Ellie Cornell as Rachel. And Rachel, she's good in the movie. In fact, I like her in 4 better, but then again, she's not in this one too much. Why? Because, spoiler alert, she dies pretty early on. That was a little thing that kind of upset me. I would have liked to see Rachel go a little bit longer before she died. And I guess that is one of the studio's main regrets of the Halloween franchise, is killing off Ellie Cornell too early. They're like, yeah, we probably should have kept her going a little bit longer, but it's done. It's over with. There's nothing we can do about it now. Sheriff Meeker, it was great to see him back again. He's pretty consistent the way he was in the 4th one. I liked him in 4 and I liked him in 5. So there's really not much to talk about there. Moving on. Let's talk about some of the new characters. Sam and Spitz. Spitz and kind of annoyed me. Sam, not that bad. Then we have Mikey, or Michael, or Mike, or whatever you want to call him, who is Tina's boyfriend, who I'll talk about Tina, don't worry. He's not in the movie much. He's another character that I wish would have went a little bit longer than what he did. Whatever. But Tina. I talk about Tina. What's that? What's her name? That's Wendy Kaplan, right? Yeah. Wendy Kaplan plays Tina. And Tina fucking sucks. I fucking hate Tina. This is kind of going to sound like a rant for a minute here. I'm not ranting on the movie. I'm ranting on Tina. Why? Because Tina fucking sucks. I hate her. I can't stand her. Tina is my least favorite character in any movie ever. She's my worst character. She is. She's like the worst character I've ever seen in a movie. She's annoying. She can't act for worth a shit. At least in this movie. I haven't seen anything else she's done. Why? Because I didn't really care to after what she did to this. But, yeah, I can't stand it. So yeah, I don't even want to talk about Tina anymore. I just get her out of there. Don't ever put her in another Halloween movie. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. I'm glad she died. One of my biggest problems with this movie is she died way too late in the game. She should have been one of the first ones dead. She didn't work. She can't act. She's fucking annoying. Fuck you, Tina. Fuck you. Anyways, let's calm down a little bit now. Because there are some... Don Shanks is playing the Shape in this movie. And Don Shanks is one of my top 3 favorite actors who played Michael Myers. Not one of my top 3 favorite actors of all time. But he's mostly known for his stunt work. He does a lot of stunt work. That's mostly what the Michael Myers people are. But yeah, Don Shanks, I really liked his interpretation of the Shape. But I do have to talk about the mask because the mask fucking sucks in this one. I hate the mask. Not Don Shanks' fault. So... I'm not going to blame him for that. But yeah, the mask is my least favorite mask. So this movie has my least favorite character in movie history. And it has the worst Halloween mask in it. The worst Michael Myers mask in it. So yeah, that's 2 big, big negatives that I really can't defend. Don Shanks was good in the movie as the Shape though. The kills in this movie. The kills in this one are actually pretty creative. There's one involving a pitchfork that's pretty cool. Yeah, there's just a couple really good ones. There's the climax of the movie taking place in the house, going through the attic and the laundry chute and stuff like that. That was cool. I didn't have a problem with it. I still don't think it beats the rooftop scene from Halloween 4 or anything like that. It doesn't... Obviously, it doesn't beat the first one, where it was just in the house and stuff like that. Does it beat the second one? I'd say... I don't know if I'm ready to say it beats the second one yet. It obviously beats the third movie's climax. But, yeah, the climax was alright. I didn't have a problem with it. It's just not one of my favorites. So, yeah. Like I said, the kills in this movie are pretty creative. The acting, for the most part, is fine. There's some spots where they overacted. There's these 2 officers in this movie that every time you see them, there's like this weird cartoony music playing. Like, it's kind of weird. Those guys, they were funny. Why are they comic reliefs in a Halloween movie? I don't know, but, you know, I didn't really have a problem with them. It's just they did kind of feel out of place a little bit. But I pretty much laughed anytime they were on screen. The scene in the woods when Michael Myers is in the car and he's chasing Tina, Jamie, and Billy, who is this kid who he's not really at the clinic, but he's a friend of Jamie, so he's at the clinic a lot. But, yeah, that scene was awesome. Probably the best scene in the movie. And then the scene right after that is, actually, I'm going to say that's the best scene in the movie, is when Dr. Loomis is, you know, calling out to Michael, and he's like, Michael, you can see Michael's in the trees and stuff like that, and he's like, Michael, go home. Go home to where it all began. You'll find me waiting for you. You'll find her waiting for you. And, you know, that scene, awesome. You don't even really see Michael in that scene, except for, like, a little bit in the distance. So that's really just all on Dr. Loomis. If that scene didn't work, it wasn't going to work. But luckily he pulled it off. Charlie, Michael Myers is outside. I don't know. I like doing Loomis impressions, okay? So yeah, Halloween 5, not a bad movie. Not one of my favorites, but definitely not the worst one either. So that having been said, I'm going to give Halloween 5 a C+. What do you guys think of Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers? Comment your thoughts down below, like the video, share, and subscribe. Just do it!